through by Greenhoff. Jones is after it. Pearson shot goal!
Welcome again to the big match. Today we look at the top of the First Division, the bottom of the First Division and the top of the Fourth as well. Crucial matches, all of them. With our main match, West Ham's fight against relegation and their game yesterday against Derby County. We feature Nottingham Forest going for the Championship. They're meeting with Leeds United. And two sides in the promotion hunt at the top of the Fourth, Swansea against Brentford. Also today, your first chance to vote and enjoy our Golden Goals competition of 1978. We're now, of course, down to our final 6. And as we look at your letters, some spectacular film from Germany showing star forward Klaus Fischer and his amazing ability to score goals with overhead kicks. But first, it's important relegation action from West Ham, needing every point they can get, now facing Derby County.
Such a critical afternoon then for this West Ham team, led out today by Frank Lampard because Billy Bonds twisted an ankle in training on Wednesday and is unfit. Just one more problem for the team that's had to win today to keep a fingerhold on its First Division status. And pitched into the crisis is Alvin Martin, 18 years old from Liverpool, who made his first full appearance last week in the victory at Leeds and scored. This then is the West Ham side with Devonshire, Pike, Hales, Alan Taylor and Jennings, as well as Bonds, all missing, but with David Cross returning to the attack after suspension and Lampard himself returning after missing the game at Leeds. They face a Derby County side that has Scotland captain Bruce Rioch back after injury, and he's likely to be joined in the midfield by defender David Nish. So many injury problems he's had this season. Indeed, he's making his second comeback of the season. But this is a team that has not won away from home since December. And in that Derby side, Charlie George reports in a newspaper today that Derby have turned down an offer of £400,000 for the former Arsenal star from Leeds United. The referee today is Tom Reynolds, who comes from Wiltshire, and now we're ready for the start. So it's Derby County who kick off, attacking the goal to our left in white shirts, black shorts, red socks. West Ham in their claret and blue, and here's Frank Lampard. West Ham, who've won 4 out of their last 5 games to give themselves a good deal of hope of staying in the First Division. Indeed, they lie 18th now, which, believe it or not, is their highest position since September. But they've been in the bottom 5 all season. Derby in 13th place, really just going through the formality of the last fortnight or so of the season and thinking now more of a summer break and next season. Martin turning it back to Bobby Ferguson. David Cross, 1 hat-trick here this season. 7 in all. Ball kicked away by Steve Buckley. I'm sure Luton fans will remember him. And a throw for West Ham, which Pat Holland will take. Brooking. Well, the ball still in play. Derby claimed that was out. Robson right in there. Will he get a touch? No, he's shadowed by Todd. And Todd, in fact, gets it away to Rioch. Long sweeping pass now for Charlie George. Steve Powell. And McFarland. Here's Nish in the midfield. Langan. Powell. Back for McFarland. Bound to be a certain edginess about West Ham in these opening minutes. But here's David Cross, who's given it away. Maybe a sign of that edginess, and he got a second chance and found Brooking with it. There's Brooking now, trying to get Holland on his way. Buckley coming back across the face of that Derby County goal. For the want of a touch, West Ham could have been in the lead. Kerbishley was right in there. It was Brooking who sent Holland on his way. Holland, in fact, getting round Buckley well, but nobody to finish it off. Todd laying it quickly there for Powell, a West Ham throw. Robson. Oh, good ball, played for Kerbishley. Cross is up, Holland is on this right touchline. Lampard coming to support, here's Pat Holland. Now will he get past Buckley again? No, Buckley was equal to that one. A throw to West Ham. Former Luton fullback, Steve Buckley. Tommy Taylor with the throw. Trevor Brooking now. Crossed in, could be interesting towards David Cross, and fisted away by Middleton, not very far. Powell losing out on it. Claims for a handball there. They crossed it in, and it's there by Robson. A goal for West Ham. 4.5 minutes gone. Exactly the start West Ham wanted to cool their nerves. They claimed there was handball inside the box on the far side. The referee waved it on. The cross came in while Derby maybe was still waiting, and Brian Robson was in there to head it beyond Middleton. West Ham 1, Derby 0. Derby's throw. So Rioch with the Derby throw. McFarlane. Holland for Brooking. On for Holland again. Faced McFarlane. A little bit of acceleration. What a good cross again. Cross going in there over the top. Langham just getting it enough to put him off. But that's not the first time that Holland has shown wonderful acceleration down that right touchline. Beating McFarlane there, swinging in the high cross, looking for David Cross over the top. But a very good run again by Pat Holland. Bill Green and Charlie George underneath one. It's Green to Kerbishley to Lampard. Holland again. Buckley staying very close. And Holland, well, Rioch was there to support him, but West Ham getting possession. Robson for Brooking. Tommy Taylor scorching down that left flank. What a good run by Taylor, but the flag is up for offside. It will not count. But nonetheless, a remarkable run out of defence by Tommy Taylor. And as the ball was played through there, it nicked, I thought, off a Derby player, but the linesman was already flagging, and Tommy Taylor, although he put it past Middleton, was offside. McFarlane getting up well. Nish. Rioch. Played in again towards Masson. Now Brooking will pick this loose one up. Holland outside him to his right. Robson and Cross up ahead of him. Still with Brooking. He tried a little reverse pass, and he'll get it in this time. Cross now for Robson, looking to take it down, and in the end it was 3 against 1. And Todd played it gently back to John Middleton. Brush. Back she goes. Applause for that one. And a few whistles and boos when he goes back to the goalkeeper at the other end. Robson getting in behind again, but the header hadn't got enough power to reach David Cross. Rioch. Nish. Bill Green up well, Kerbishley helping it. Good piece of play, good teamwork again by West Ham. Lampard. Cross has found a yard or two beyond McFarlane. Now can Holland get in there again? Played back for Cross, and a goal by David Cross. 2-0 for West Ham. 22.5 minutes gone. Pat Holland, the architect again. Why, he really should smile, and so should David Cross. Holland it was down the right. It came across, and David Cross showed great presence of mind. He held it for a moment, saw the gap, put it wide of Middleton's right hand, and West Ham are 2 into the lead. So David Cross gets his 8th of the season, and a welcome return by him after suspension. And certainly all the trouble for Derby County is coming down the left side of their defence, where Holland is having a field day at the moment. But Derby at the moment are on the move. Cross coming in, and this could be a goal now for Derby. Charlie George was saved somehow or other by Bobby Ferguson. When Daly turned that ball in, it was always swerving away from the keeper. Bobby Ferguson got a hand to it, but it only went as far as Charlie George, and somehow George was smothered by Ferguson. Cross and McFarlane underneath this one. Cross just nodding it on, and McFarlane having a go at Cross after that ball had gone. Brooking crossing it in again there, again towards Brian Robson. It won't come out as far as Paul Bush. But here's Curtisley. Nicking it through, the flag is up, the flag is up. Rush was offside as he went through there. Cross now, and he's onside. Robson and Brooking getting in there. Holland right in there too. Oh, and Robson jumped so hard to get to that one, but couldn't quite make it. Cross with the centre. Robson with a jump. And here's the ball coming in again. And Middleton catching it. Oh, and there's trouble there. That really is just carrying on from where it left off a matter of 2 or 3 minutes ago, when Roy McFarland had a go at David Cross when they both jumped for the ball and both landed onto the ground. McFarland had a go at Cross after the ball had gone, and it looks as though the ripples from that are still to be seen, as Masson now takes it towards the West Ham penalty area. Charlie George back for Steve Buckley. Here's Jerry Daly for the first time really on this side of the field. The cross coming in there, and Brush with a chance to get it away. Todd read that well. McFarland played on quickly there for Powell. Accurately now for Masson. And accurately too for Daly. Green calling Ferguson in. Feeding McFarlane. Holland getting in there, brought down, penalty! Holland has lost his boot, in fact. Well, he may have lost that boot, but he's won a penalty. As he went, no, it's not a penalty. Well, blow me, that's a foot outside the box. It looked to me as though it was inside, and so it's not a penalty. Well, that surprises me. Certainly looked inside the box to me. The referee has said no. Brooking now will take this free kick. Pat Holland is on his feet again. Played for Kirvishney. Struck there to Robson. The whistle had gone. In fact, presumably for the Derby County wall moving within 10 yards before the kick was taken. So Brooking will get another try. Now, will he try anything different this time? Kirvishney is still away to his left in a bit of space. Lampard coming in this time, curling it in well. And the header from Bill Green was screwed wide. Lampard's turn with the free kick. Bill Green going in there, but not really looking like getting on target there. Charlie George. Oh, well taken down by Bobby Ferguson on the stroke of half-time. That's the first really serious save he's had to make. Oh no, there was one other when Daly curled one in, but Charlie George striking that well, and Ferguson gathering it excellently. Half-time whistle, a good first half for West Ham, with David Cross having scored the second of their goals after 22 minutes, after Brian Robson had put them into the lead with just 4 minutes gone. And so often we talk about Trevor Brooking being the man of the match for West Ham. To my way of thinking, in that first half, it's been Pat Holland who's really been superb down that right touchline, the number 8. So a lot to come still on the big match today, including the golden goal 6. But the half-time score here at Upton Park is West Ham 2, Derby County 0. We'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to Upton Park. A 2-0 lead for West Ham, which is exactly what they wanted in their fight for survival in the First Division. Tom Reynolds, the referee, just taking a last look around before he gets the second half underway. West Ham now attacking the goal to our left. Derby, who come with a record of only having won 2 of their last 8 and not one away from home since December. McFarlane's header. Brooking right in there. Brian Robson right up there too. And Buckley having himself hustled out of that situation by Holland and Brooking. But getting it away. But it's a West Ham throw. Kerbishley with the throw. And that's going to be too firm for Brooking. It's a goal kick. Martin keeping his eye on the ball there well, although Charlie George jumped ahead of him. And Brooking just dinking that on nicely now for Brian Robson. Left foot shot across the face of that goal again, and then once more, if Pat Holland had just been a couple of yards further on. Robson whacking that in a ground shot across the face of the goal. And Holland was really, what, 2 yards back? Otherwise it would have been a simple tap-in. Now Kerbishley. Cross. Oh, played in for Brooking. It's fallen nicely for him. He held his head in the air after he played that little, what he hoped would be a little chip over the head of the keeper. But it fell easily for Middleton. A nice build-up, though. Well, they're going to bring on their sub now. Might well be David Nish who goes off. Is it? No, it's number 7, Steve Powell, who's coming off. So Steve Powell goes and Paul Bartlett comes on. Daly. Nish. That's going to be a Derby throw. Oh, bit of space there for Langan. Will he make good use of it? Played back for Masson, hit straight at Lampard. Now Buckley. Now Rioch. First up. Nice cross coming in. Martin not getting it. A chance for Nish to line up a shot into the side netting. They were all over the place there, really for the first time in the game in defence, West Ham. And when that ball finally came back across, it was young Alvin Martin who couldn't quite reach it, and it looked a heaven-sent opportunity for David Nish. Lined it up, but it went into the side netting. Tommy Taylor with West Ham's throw, longish one there, but McFarlane sensed that was going to beat Langan. Brooking, crossed in just by the byline. David Cross on the far side, heading it back again. Oh, good heavens above, how did that fail to go in? Colin Todd completely missing his kick on the line. Brooking, as if by magic, getting that ball over before it crossed the byline. Cross at the far post, heading it back again, and just look how close as Todd misses his kick. Oh, Lampard's put them in trouble, and Daly, and in the end, it was Bobby Ferguson who did well. The linesman on the side here, near side here, was flagging, but it was Lampard's mistake in the first place that was pounced on by Charlie George and Jerry Daly. Bobby Ferguson out like a flash. Hearts were in mouths here at West Ham, but the linesman had his flag up. McFarland, Brooking crashed through him there. Well, a little pass inside for Robson, hit first time! Number 3. That might just about make it safe, completely so for West Ham. The mistake, though, was by Roy McFarland. And once McFarland had made that mistake, Brooking was onto it. A delightful little pass there for Robson. And Robson finished it off. So while Robson smiles, Roy McFarland must rue that mistake of his that let West Ham in for the 3rd goal. West Ham 3, Derby County 0. Score of Brian Robson, his 2nd of the game, made by Trevor Brooking. Rush. Now Brooking, is this number 4? The little chip, too firm, and for once not accurate enough. But look at the smiles at Upton Park there. And Brooking right through, and not quite the cross that he wanted. So Coventry coming off, generous round of applause for him. Quick inspection of the boots for Otto Lukowski, and he's in on the action now for about 12 minutes. McFarland. Rioch. Another screaming left foot pass by him, straight to Charlie George, back for Jerry Daly. Well, a really exciting piece of play there by Derby County, but the finishing wasn't nearly explosive enough. But what a pass again by Bruce Rioch. A beautifully struck left foot pass. Charlie George playing it back for the on-rushing Jerry Daly. Otto Lukowski. Lucky there. Bartlett's after him, and didn't quite work for Otto Lukowski, the lad they bought from Barnsley. Brooking. Otto Lukowski played straight to Nish though. Oh, and he got it back again. Cross. Tommy Taylor there. Lampard making ground on the right. Oh, that's a corner. He's been on about 5 minutes now, the sub, with his socks already down. Just outside that Derby penalty area. As Tommy Taylor hits that corner low. Oh, and a brilliant save by Middleton from Martin. Well, young Alvin Martin, who scored at Leeds last week, must have thought he was on the score sheet again. Taylor's corner hit in low. Martin got a good, powerful header in, and a lovely piece of goalkeeping by Middleton. Todd finding Langan. We're playing time added on for stoppages. Nish, referee looking at his watch. Rioch. Will it be a last blast for Derby? Buckley with the cross, Ferguson with the catch, the referee with the whistle, and West Ham with 2 points. Brian Robson, 2 goals. The first one was so important for West Ham after only 4 minutes. The one in the second half by him was really just confirming the way the afternoon was going, with David Cross having scored the second for West Ham after 22 minutes of the first half. 2 priceless points for West Ham. Just how priceless, well, only the next fortnight or so will tell. A final score then at Upton Park. West Ham 3, Derby County 0.
Yes, indeed. Will West Ham escape yet again? The signs indeed are looking healthier, even though I think it's not easy to assess their current form against a Derby County side that, frankly, really had an end-of-season look about it. Indeed, the Derby manager, Tommy Docherty, said this afterwards. It was good to see someone like Brian Robson running about with a lot of enthusiasm and wanting to play. Several of my players should have taken a lesson from him. But I have a simple remedy for it all. I will just drop them from the next game. Not that I imagine West Ham are worrying about Tom's immediate problems, because the table shows promise for West Ham, with Chelsea now dragged into that relegation picture with Wolves and with Queen's Park Rangers. Leicester, of course, already down, Newcastle on their way down. West Ham's remaining games being away to Manchester United and Middlesbrough, and then finally at home to Liverpool. But 2 things I think we ought to clear up before we move on. First, that penalty that I thought should have been given to West Ham just before half-time when Pat Holland was brought down by Steve Buckley. With slow motion, I must now apologise to referee Tom Reynolds, who had a very good match, and really this was a brilliant decision by him. Pat Holland, number 8, coming in. Steve Buckley, the Derby, number 3. Now, where was the first contact? I thought inside the box, because you can see there, fractionally outside. A really excellent decision there by referee Tom Reynolds. The referee right and the commentator wrong. But what of Trevor Brookings' chances of being fit for England's match against Brazil on Wednesday? He confirmed for us today that he has a slight groin injury. I'll have treatment, he said, and then I'll join the England party later today, but I am doubtful for the game. Well, our second match today takes us into the 4th division, where Watford have already won the championship, of course, but there's quite a scrap going on behind them for the other 3 promotion places. 2 of the clubs involved met at Vetchfield, Swansea yesterday. Swansea City and Brentford. A crowd of 15,000 were there. So were HTV's cameras. The commentator's Bob Simmons. Swansea are in white.
Tajak beaten. Phillips. Solomon. McCulloch. McCulloch tries. Not too far away. Andy McCulloch, 20-goal scorer this season. Very nearly his 21st goal there. A cute lob. Keith Barbon, not knowing exactly where it was going, just inches outside his far post. Tajak beaten again by Cruz. Chappell, though. Offside flag. No, he's onside. Chance for Toshak. Penalty must be. Oh! Oh, my words. John Toshak there evading the offside trap. Getting a clear chance of goal. Goalkeeper Bond coming out and seeming to upend him. But no, referee decides a corner kick. 4-1 there, straight to McCulloch. Now it's May. Long ball, Curtis, a chance! Yes! Alan Curtis! Eddie Mays, long ball there over the top of the defence, giving Curtis a run in the goal there. Goalkeeper Bond got a hand to it, but just couldn't stop it going into the net. Alan Curtis's 30th goal for Swansea this season after just 18 minutes of this match. Graham, Older. Graham, Solman, put away by James. That's for Curtis to chase. Lovely turn. Shoots through! What a goal! And that's what makes Alan Curtis is worth £200,000 of anybody's money. A superb turn there, foxing two Brentford defenders after a long ball by Robbie James had given him a chance. And beautiful, cool finishing by the Swansea number 9 into the corner of the net. Quite superb. And Tucker with it, Charles away. Bartley. Break for Toshak. Shrub faces him. James on the dummy run. Bat away by Cruz. Bartley. And Stephen Morris. That's for Toshak. Wins it. Chance for James. Oh, chance for Robbie James. Nice play there by John Toshak. From Steve Morris's cross, laying on a chance for Robbie James. What, some 15 yards out. Less, dozen yards out. But he fluffs it. Evans. As the offside trap streams out, Wyndham Evans doing the correct thing. Cross for Curtis. Straight on the keeper. Clear header there from Alan Curtis as Wyndham Evans beat the offside trap. But it's now a free kick to Brentford. And it's Barry Lloyd. McCulloch down for Phillips. Graham, nice turn. Good shot, good goal. Nice goal, Willie Graham. Steve Phillips there, their top scorer with 32 goals. This time, goal maker. Turning there, giving a good ball, a lovely turn by Graham, and his shot giving Barber little chance. About 5 minutes of actual time left, plus quite a bit of injury time. Can Brentford now surprise everybody and come back into this game? 2 goals to 1. Completely against the run of play. And Swansea now have 5 minutes to last out. Wyndham Evans now with his throw. Toshak. Scrambled away, Bartley. Evans for James. Yes! Oh! How on earth didn't that go in? Anyway, the ball is still live. Charles. Moore. Penalty. Looks indeed like a penalty. Tells the Brentford defence at the end that that is a penalty. Kevin Moore got it. A good run to the edge of the area, brought down. Robbie James with it. Great save. Great save by the goalkeeper. A fiercely struck penalty there by Robbie James, but Len Bond doing superbly well.
Well, so it was 2-1 then to Swansea. The top of the 4th division is like this now. Brentford, though, still right in the hunt. I think they'll go up OK. So many of their fans indeed have written asking to see Brentford on the big match. I'm only sorry that we picked them up on the day that they lost, but it's good to see the Bees on the climb. Next, we have a remarkable piece of footballing film from West Germany. In fact, Kevin Keegan tipped us off about it earlier this week. It concerns their star striker, Klaus Fischer, who's got a reputation for scoring spectacular goals with overhead kicks, like this one that he got earlier this season against Switzerland. Abramczyk, the number 7, with the cross, and you'll see him a bit later on as well. And what about this for a goal? Absolutely brilliant. In fact, the Germans are calling that already the goal of the season, and you really wouldn't argue with them. As Abramczyk crosses this ball in. Now, would you say it was lucky, or is it played for, or what? As Klaus Fischer, who's going to be in the World Cup in Argentina, brilliant acrobatics. And into the back of the Swiss net. Well, as with most things, practice makes perfect. And here's film that proves that Klaus Fischer works hard at this particular skill, with the help of those few mattresses as well, to make it a more comfortable landing. The goalkeeper is Gross, and the man who will be supplying the crosses is Abramczyk. Now look at the concentration on Klaus Fischer's face and admire the acrobatic way he makes a contact. Have you seen a better footballing shot than that? Absolutely brilliant. And it's not easy. In fact, Abramczyk, an international in his own right, is now going to try and do the same thing supplied by a Klaus Fischer cross. And he makes a right mess of it. Klaus Fischer, in fact, scored just after this film was taken a brilliant goal against Russia with a similar kick, but it was disallowed for dangerous kicking. But very agile kicking as well. Just before we go on, to bring you some more brilliant goals, mention of a testimonial match tomorrow night for Bobby Woodruff, formerly with Swindon, Wolves. Palace fans will remember him. Cardiff and now Newport. County have a match tomorrow night against Bristol City. That's at kick-off 7:30. Bobby, in fact, has given up the game after a series of hospital visits. It's now been decided that he must have a spinal fusion operation. That's the other side of professional football. I hope he gets a good crowd. Our last match today takes us to the top of the First Division, where Nottingham Forest looks certain to take the championship and where yesterday they were at home to Leeds United. The pictures come from ATV. The commentator's Hugh Johns. Forest are in the dark shirts.
So Robertson to swing this free kick into the box. Lloyd is up there. He tries to make contact and can't. Shot for Gemmell. Oh no, McGovern took it away from him. Now it's O'Neill. Barrett. That was useful. It was a hard drive from Colin Barrett. Barrett tanks away back to his right back position. There's Flynn. Frank Gray. Graham. Graham still there. Pressure coming from Barrett. Gray now. Curry did well. Gray. Eddie Gray, and Flynn goes in and he's on for a shot and a superb save. Oh my goodness me, what a fabulous save from Peter Schutt. That is why they paid over $250,000 for him. Beautiful bit of football. Lovely ball in from Eddie Gray. Little Brian Flynn did everything right. He picked his spot, he drove it, and Schutt arcs upwards and just gets the fingertips. Hankin gliding it in the general direction of Graham, who has to sprint to catch up with the ball, takes Barrett with him. Got the legs of him on this run, that's a good cross in. Ball played off the referee to Flynn. Going to Eddie Gray. And he's pointed to the penalty spot. And the penalty's given. Oh, there's going to be a lot of controversy about that. The referee, in fact, who got in the way of the pass ball so that it dropped nicely down to Brian Flynn. He aims it for Eddie Gray. Referee Angus MacDonald says Gray is held down in the box as he went for it. So here's a chance. Here's a chance for Leeds to go in front. Frank Gray to take the penalty. Frank Gray versus Peter Schutt. 1-0. Minutes gone, and Schutt, I should think, will be very, very bitter about that. O'Neill to Bowyer. Corner. And again it was Cherry who made the important challenge. Forest fans banked up there, hopeful now that this corner from Barrett will produce something. Lloyd. And Bowyer! No, it doesn't count. The challenge on Stewart was unfair, so it's a free kick. The The jump and the challenge, unfair, so Bowyer belting it into the net, and no effect on referee McDonald at all. Hampton helping that infield, McGovern there, handball by Frank Gray. Burns with a free kick across to Clark. He looked for Robertson. Robertson was being marked tight. McGovern trying to refeed it to Gemmell, and it didn't work for him. Madeley, that might set Gemmell going. Cherry is across. All still there for Forest. Clark. Can he make this cross count? Ball in, and With has scored 1-1. 20 minutes of the second half gone. Peter With breaks an unhappy run of league matches stretching back 23 games. 23 appearances. Peter With to score his 19th goal of the season. All down to a fine run by Frank Clark, skipped away from Tony Curry's challenge. The ball in low, and With hits it into the back of the net.
1-1 the final score. Forest almost there. 4 points now required from their remaining 6 games. But now it's time for our Golden Goals competition of 1978. And we've cut down our 12 top goals to a final list of 6, which I'll show you in a moment. What you have to do is to put them in an order of merit, which is best, second best, right through to which is 6th best. And when we've seen them together, I'll tell you how you can vote. Each goal has got a letter, and we start with goal A, scored by Nicky Challadon for Crystal Palace in the game against Millwall at the very start of the season.
Sanson. Perrin. And now ball, almost a 1-against-1 there, very deep, but if he can get past Hazel, it might open up. Now Hamilton's gone back to cover. Hilaire's gone racing through the middle. That was a good run by him, but it's with Wall instead. And there's Hilaire again, and Bourne, well-timed run again by Crystal Palace. Perrin's waiting there, Challadon's waiting there, and that's another goal! 3-0 to Palace.
Goal B is scored by Gordon Hill, then with Manchester United in the game against Birmingham City. This was at St Andrews.
It's fine. McElroy. Could be here. Oh, he just got it. Montgomery only just got his fingertips to that. That was a close shave. And here's Hill. And that's not close at all. That is right bang on the target. Gordon Hill.
Goal C is by Steve Perrin, then with Crystal Palace in their match away to Stoke City.
In then for Perrin. What a goal! Yes! From nowhere.
Goal D. This is one by Keith Burchin, scored for Birmingham City in their game against Arsenal, played at Highbury.
With a dummy, a shot that crashed, in fact, off Gary Pendry, and here's Trevor Francis. Oh, what a good bit of skill there by Francis.
And a chase by Burchin. Jennings came half out of his goal, decided he had to go back. Oh, my word, what a goal by Burchin. My word, a tremendous goal.
Goal E, this one by Martin Peters for Norwich City, and it came in their home match against Liverpool.
Hughes again. Suggett is in there. Out to Neighbour. Nobody there for the far post cross yet. Now they're coming into the area. Gibbons, but is coming for... Oh, my goodness me, for Martin Peters.
And finally, goal F. This is by Paul Randall for Bristol Rovers in their home cup tie against Southampton.
Good turn by Aitken, but it's Pickering for Southampton. Day again. And Randall's through, and he scored! And that's the way to take advantage of a sudden slip in the Southampton defence.
So there you have our golden 6, and remember, you have to put them all in an order of merit, and I'll remind you of those 6 goals right now. Goal A by Nicky Challadon, goal B by Gordon Hill, goal C by Steve Perrin, goal D by Keith Burchin, goal E by Martin Peters, and goal F by Paul Randall. Incidentally, the final order will be chosen in the meantime by our two special guests, the Cup final managers, Terry Neal of Arsenal, Bobby Robson of Ipswich. Well, that's it for this week. With those golden goals, it really has been a programme packed with the right sort of action, I think you'll agree. But when you talk of golden goals, I suppose Swansea fans will mention one of the two scored yesterday by Alan Curtis that takes their team nearer to Division 3.
That's for Curtis to chase. Lovely turn. Shoots through! What a goal!
Nottingham Forest fans will single out Peter With and his goal that brought the First Division title closer.
Clark. Can he make this cross count? Ball in, and With has scored 1-1.
And West Ham will wonder if one of theirs will turn out to be a golden moment of salvation.
Holland get in there again. Played back for Cross, and a goal by David Cross.